Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. My name is Madan. I'm Ashish, a teammate here. So our use case is basically about we all know in a business organization, the employee at the lowest level of an organization pyramid. Uh, Hope my screen is visible. Is it? Can anyone confirm?
Yeah, we can see your screen and hear you
Yeah.
loud and clear.
Yeah, thank you so much. So the business employee at the lowest level of an organization pyramid, I mean, he is the one who identifies the potential use cases for automation. So once he identifies a use case, what he does is he has to document it somewhere, predominantly in user management tools like Jira or some other user management, project management tools. So the thing is, what we felt was in our project itself, the business employee, once he identifies it, he was not very comfortable with project management tool like Jira, so he couldn't upload the use case because of some technical difficulty. So we have a special RPA component, namely Automation Hub, which takes care of all these things where we document things and he gets rewarded, and it goes on like a cycle. But it goes with the license, and it is not free of cost. So in the places where RPA is just stepping foot, where the footprint is just minimum, we thought we can give a free solution using the Jira automation activities, and also we can expand the same. So that's where we created a simple user, a use case documentation use case where a business employee, he can, without going to Jira, he can just fill a form and the use case will be automatically uploaded with Jira. And he can also add an attachment to it, and he can also add all the comments to it. So a particular use case will be created. And once that use case is documented, that will be notified to another team where the RPA developer or the RPA SME, he can look over that and he can check whether the particular use case, the document understanding can be applied, or any existing new functionality can be applied on that. So in the end, we will get a complete picture in the use case before the development actually starts. So this is the idea of our use case. So this in this use case, we have two parts actually. So the first part is the major part, which I'm going to show. It's about the Jira integration. So, uh, so just a minute. So what we do is, once we run a process, this process will run in run in the business employees system. It can run as an attended bot also. So once we run it, a form will be generated, and in that form, all the details. It's a form designer. Okay, when I run, I will show this. So once we run this, we have to enter all the details of that use case, and once it is entered, we have the option to edit or upload it also. And once we it is submitted, it goes and an epic is created in Jira. So once an epic is created in Jira, if it has an attachment, that attachment will be pertained to document understanding. So it will move as an queue item, where the queue item will be fetched by the RPA developer, and he will verify whether how far document understanding is feasible for that. So it can be expanded to any other technology. For example, if this use case involves AI, that will move to AI's action item. So in Action Center, the RPA developer will take care of that, and from that he will give a comment, and that comment will be once again updated in Jira. So we have a complete end-to-end picture here. So I'll just run the first process and show you. So this process, Jira integration, new environment one, is the first process. It will be deployed in business employee system. Just a, so yeah, the run has begun. It will take a few seconds to load. So yeah, ideally this is for. The first question which can come up is, this can the Automation Hub is a replacement for this one. Why we are going for this? This comes totally of free of cost, and once this is implemented, this can be here for. Okay, pardon, pardon. I think we have a failed job here. Just a sec. Uh,
Hello.
pardon.
I can
Ashish.
share the screen and run maybe.
Yeah, please. Ashish.
We are really sorry. So, Madan, I'm sharing my screen. Yeah, can you disable your screen share? So this is the code I have already run, and this is the first form that opens. So we are populating the username directly here, and then all the epics present in the particular Jira project is populated in a drop-down list. This is also done via API calls. So for now, let's create a new epic. So if I create a new epic, uh, the next form opens, which asks me for all the details for particular epic. So the department. So for now we have some fixed 5 departments. This can be list can be added as well. So let us consider it as HR department. So please type if your department is not in the drop down list. So since it's there, no need. So unit can be marketing. So HR marketing, and summary is actually the title of the epic. So let me write RPA Cult 2020. Description, I can give hackathon. Description is basically the whole idea, the process flow, which the idea submitting user sends to the SME for epic to be created in Jira. Application used can be Excel, web browser, or something else, all the applications they use. And manual effort spent, please try to enter. So all this we are collecting separately and finally concatenating in a single string to be added as a Jira description, epic description. Manual efforts, let me write 13. So do you want to add any attachments? For now, no. So if I click on submit, so the next form gives me like the epic has been created, and it gives me the epic ID. So I can very well go to Jira. Just a second. Yeah. So this is the project UiPath Hackathon. So the epic number was UH27. So if I search it here, yeah, it's very slow. UH27. So UiPath RPA Cult, see, updated 39 seconds ago. So the epic got created in the particular Jira with a title RPA Cult 2020. This UiPath underscore we have kept so that to recognize all the epics by a particular subject. In the description, process detail hackathon, application used Excel web browser, total manuals. So everything is concatenated and the whole epic is created and user is notified. So this is the first part of our process. Now suppose we want to edit a particular epic, so click OK. So it asks, so now if we run the file, so we have also, so UH27 was not there the first time we ran the UiPath this whole code. Now so the code is running now. Just a second. This was the config file which was loading. So now we can also, for example, after the epic is created, the SME tries to tell you that there is some change to be done in the process. So you want to edit the particular epic. So you can see now UH27 is populated. If I click on edit, all the detail from here is called via API and populated in the UiPath forms now. So see, UH27 RPA Cult 2020 process detail application used. So let me make it total hours spent from 13, make it 20, and RPA Cult 2020 winner. Just being very optimistic. Yeah. So the process is running. So we will see Epic updated successfully. Let's refresh this page. Let's refresh this page and see. The Epic has been updated. The manual effort spent has been now 20, and the subject is also changed with winner. So this is a complete end-to-end solution. Now, for example, there is an attachment present and this is an invoice. The idea is related to extracting information from the image. There is a very beautiful component from UiPath called document process understanding and action center. So once the person selects, so the attachment gets added as a queue item in the orchestrator. So we are running the second process. So once the attachment is added as a queue item, the second process will be a queue based trigger which will take the attachment from the queue. So see, the queue has been created here. And okay, so now since it is initial stage, we are opening the form extraction and trying to see which of the details are feasible. So we can see that the company name is not correctly extracted. So what SME will do that, okay, document understanding needs more training. He can add the particular comment and that comment will be updated in the corresponding Jira ticket. So hello, now we will go to Jira. We will refresh it. I will get the comment here, the exact comment which HME wrote in the action center. Yeah, the comment is added. Document understanding cannot be applied for now due to some exception. Company name is wrong. We need more training. So yeah, that's the whole project from our side. Like this can be replaced without using forms. We can do, but we can use email to do the instead of UiPath forms to avoid licensing cost. Just to add more technicality, we tried using the forms to show this use case. Yeah, that's it from our end.
That actually looks promising, team Ashish, and yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. So I think Leheru and Srinath, if you have any queries regarding that, you can go ahead.
Yeah, so that's a really good use case, really interesting. I have one question regarding the action center that you showed for that document that you process.
Yeah.
So if you have attachments, do you show the action for each and every attachment all the time, or do you show it based on a certain condition? Like if you have any phase that it cannot be extracted, are you showing the action then, or is it, how does it work at the moment?
Okay, so in the forms we have a condition whether attachment is there or not, and then one more condition, what type of attachment. Only if the attachment type is invoice or tax invoice, we are adding it to queue item. See, this is the if condition. If attachment present is yes and type of attachment is others, then we are not adding to queue item. Only under one condition we are adding it to queue item is when it is type invoice. In the code itself we have handled. So for other attachments, be it any case, the attachment is getting added to the Epic, but it will go to action center and document understanding only if it's invoice, because for now we have developed document understanding for invoice extraction.
Okay, all right, so I got that point, but I'm looking for a different answer. So I'll just repeat. So when you're showing the form or the document in action center, so you mentioned about the fields that are not extracted properly by the AI model.
Correct.
So how do you identify that? I mean, so do you all the time show the document as an action whenever it's an invoice? Or in that invoice, if there's only a field that require verification, then only you show that.
Okay, maybe I can take over this from Ashish. Thank you. See, in document understanding in the code, what we have done is we have added the multiple templates for invoice, for PDFs, a basic template which our organization sticks to. And along with that, we have mentioned some default fields like invoice date, invoice total, all these basic four to five fields. And if our document fails to understand even these fields, when we go and see in the action center in the human validation station, then we will add a comment. Else we say yes, it is fetching the details properly, we just need some modifications on top of it. Like that, we will just add a comment so that it gets reflected in the Jira. So basically we will be adding all the templates in
Okay.
taxonomy.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Great. So as we don't have any more queries on this, I think we can go ahead. Thanks, Ashish and team.